I think for anyone who's a politician who condemn violence in this instance and then say, but I don't think is a good look. So anyone who's in political leadership, and this is across the spectrum, if you're someone who's standing on a platform of pointing at others and their past and saying they've got a violent past, I think all you can do is come out now and say, violence here, there is no justification for it. And let me be very clear, there is no justification for any violence, whomever is propagating it, wherever they're propagating it, and whatever they feel their justification for that is. Let's be very clear, there are alternatives to violence. Anybody who says there's no alternative to violence is wrong. There are always alternatives to violence. So don't equivocate in this. Don't try and say, but you've got to know the context. No. Violence is never the answer. There's always an alternative to violence. So I think we need to be clear on that. We need politicians to be clear on that, and we need people to come out and say that very clearly, and not say there is some other way to just try and skirt round all of this, that you might be able to put a context on it and say, well, down south it's happening in England, we're seeing it, and there's reasons for this. And whilst I don't myself agree with the violence, you've got to know the context and the deep feeling and the validly held positions that people have. No. Yeah. There is no justification for this. Now, once we come to that position, then I think we've got to say, look, what is going on here? And I think we can only come to one conclusion on that, because I don't see terribly many of these heroes, or whatever they want to call themselves, going out on the street to campaign when a woman on a Saturday night is assaulted in the centre of any of our towns and cities in Northern Ireland. I don't see them going out and protesting about the numerous women over the last year or two who have been brutally murdered in circumstances that are outrageous within different cities and towns across Northern Ireland. What was it about this particular incident that caused people to act in a violent way? And I think the conclusion is that I don't need to say them. I think we know what they are. There is a racist element to all of this, and it's fed into that base racism. And I think we need to say that's wrong and call that out. I don't know what sort of society we want. I don't want a society where there's sectarianism.